Welcome back, golfers. We're back out at Dairy Creek Golf Course. On the golf course, I'm just going to talk to you about a really important topic with our feet, and that is using ground forces. And today I'm going to give you some drills to help you utilize the ground better so we can create more power, get better transitions in our golf swing, we get through the ball with better energy. So stick around. So what is ground forces? So ground forces in the golf swing is the feeling very similar to when you jump off one of your feet. If you feel like you're jumping and you can feel the pressure you put into the ground, that's what we call ground forces. And it's very similar to if you're just jumping off one foot. So you're jumping off that one foot and getting into the air. So it's the same feeling we should feel as we're moving into our backswing. We're pressing into the ground, and that allows us to shift our weight to our lead side easier. The more you press into the ground, the higher the spring you'll get in a jump. The more you press into a golf swing, into your backswing, the more energy you can load and deliver back through your lower body and through your core, which is where a lot of the power comes from. So when we talk about ground forces, it's an important aspect to get down right, and it helps with our timing and our transition coming through the golf ball. So ground forces don't only happen just with the driver either. Yes, we really want to get into our trail side with that driver so we can move through it effectively, but it also happens in our iron shots as well. So when we're making our transition or weight shift into our trail side to use the ground, we want to make sure we're not shifting our head all off the ball. We also don't want to feel like our hips sliding over in order to do it. You think of like a pitcher in baseball. They will never lose that angle in their trail leg. They're using gravity to move back towards the catcher to make their throw. So in the same thought process, we want to use the ground in our right side the same way, where we never lose our angle in our right side, and we're using gravity to help us drive back to the other side. And at the same time, you're like throwing a ball, you think of that ground that you're pressing into to help drive you through. It's the same way in the golf swing. We're taking it back, we're pushing weight into the ground so that we can shift it towards our target. At the same time, like I said, maintaining the lean in that trail leg, and our head's not shifting off. So another important aspect that ground force training is going to allow us to do is when we're making our transition, we get into our load, we make our transition, it's going to allow our body to use the left side or a lead side to open up first, and it's going to stabilize that knee as we move that lead side in through the golf ball. And that's super important to allowing us to create lag and get our hands in front of our hips at the right time. So in order for us to train this into our golf swing, I have 3 drills we're going to work on, and it's really going to help us get the feeling of using the ground properly and moving to our lead side and through the ball effectively. So the first drill we're going to talk about is what I call the Tom Watson drill. You know, Tom Watson has a classic swing. He uses his lead heel to really create a lot of his transition in his golf swing, and he uses it effectively to really create a consistent motion through the ball. But what the other thing it does, by lifting that lead heel, it allows weight to move back into his trail side so he can really use and feel the ground through his backswing. So what we're going to do is just lift the lead heel, let it drop. You're gonna feel the ground press into the ground on that trail side, and then squish the heel, and then let the swing go through. So lift the heel, squish it, and then let it go through. Lift, squish, swing. Lift, squish, swing. And you can do it in that slow motion, or you can get the feeling once you get it down to move it faster. So you hear that nice little whoosh going through the ball. with this swing, so you're creating that speed with the club head, but you're feeling the ground by lifting the heel, getting the heel back on the ground. It helps the transition, see that lead side moving, and then we release. So try that drill, and I guarantee it'll start helping make it feel better, maybe even give you a little bit more rotation in the backswing. All right, so we're gonna work on drill number 2 now. And drill number 2 is just a continuous motion drill where we're taking the club, we're gonna start it from in front, we're gonna move back, and while we're doing it, we're gonna pick up our lead foot just a touch, move weight into our back foot, and then move it back to the forward foot. And we're just gonna get a little pivot going, and you kind of feel like you're almost marching when we're doing this. And we're just gonna go back and forth. And what we're trying to do here is just feel the ground, feel it move to the trail side, back to the lead side, trail side, back to the lead side. And we're just gonna get bigger as we're doing this. So we can really feel how the club and the weight in our feet should be shifting properly. So we're using the ground to create speed and power. And as we get bigger, feel a little bit more power. And then start getting to our full swing, still going back and forth. All right, now let's start leaving our feet on the ground now. Try getting the same feeling. Go to your full swing, stick it back to the top, feeling the ground still, and hold your finish. So that's gonna give you that feeling of going back and forth and utilizing everything right. It's also gonna keep you centered. And keeping centered in your swing is super important. All right, so we made it to the last drill. And the last drill is a really good one to really use the ground force as well. And that's what we call a step drill. So in a step drill, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna get set up just like we normally would to the ball. And then we're gonna take our lead foot, we're gonna bring it to our trail foot. And we're gonna leave the club where it starts. So it kind of out in front of us. It gets that same feeling as kind of like that consecutive swing drill we just did. So from there, we're gonna take the club back. And when the club gets about belly button height, maybe mid-chest, we're gonna start feeling like we take a step. We're gonna step forward. So you're really gonna feel that transition with that trail foot and pressing into the ground, helping us lead into the lead side. I don't want to see a big step. I just want to see a step right to about where you would normally put your foot. And then from there, it's just a swing through. If you're doing it right, the whole swing flows. If you're doing it wrong, it's gonna feel awkward. And typically, if it feels awkward, you just gotta step sooner. You know, make the motion sooner. This is also gonna help with your sequencing in your golf swing. So set up, bring your lead foot to your trail foot, take it back, step, swing. Do that again, set up, lead foot to the trail foot, take it back, step, swing, hold the finish. Feel that ground, that transition, and then just move to finish. You can hit balls this way too, you know, very easy way to practice and really get this feeling down. Then when you go to your regular swing, just try to get the same feeling. Using that ground to press off, the lead side opens up, that left knee starts to open up, which helps open up the hip and allows everything to work through nicely with a good weight shift, so you're gonna make good contact with the golf ball. So setting up, trail foot back, step, swing. And if you do that enough, you're really gonna feel that transitional move. You'll feel the squish of that heel, kind of like we talked about in the Tom Watson drill, which is a great way to go into part 2 of this, is go do the Tom Watson drill and then let that lead into your regular swing. I hope all these drills help you. Try them out at the driving range, get some practice in, still do all that work. We've talked about the at-home swing training, which I'm gonna put up in the corner, and work the patterns in your golf swing so you can improve. Work one little part at a time, one little method at a time, and you'll see the improvements. Golfers, I got some really exciting stuff happening this year with my training, with my teaching. So in order to stay connected, the best way to do it is hit that subscribe button down below and see all the new videos and all the information that's gonna be coming out this year. Thank you for watching, and remember, if your feet aren't working, your swing's not working. Catch you guys next time.